Hello, everyone, and happy Women's History Month. We're here today to celebrate International Women's Day with the Beacon Digital team. Let's dive into this year's theme. What does inspiring inclusion mean to you?
Inspiring inclusion is really about casting a wider net, looking in different places that maybe we haven't looked before.
It's also just inspiring the entire group to work through obstacles, projects, and just having everybody's opinion hold weight. And there are no small voices in the room.
Everyone is seen, feels heard, and feels accepted. I think that those are just really basic tenets. No matter who you are and where you are in your life, that you show up. I'm at a point in my life where I have to be able to be home and have flexibility and have the understanding from my employer and from my team that I'm going to work my best and do my best no matter the environment I'm in. But sometimes I need some level of flexibility.
I have really thrived in the work from home environment as a mom of two kids myself. I think balancing all of those things that a mother and a father do are really important to making sure that you can work full time and be able to be available for your kids, but available for your employer. And I feel like the more flexibility we have and we've granted our employees, the loyalty and the respect has really benefited Beacon as a company.
I really think and believe that mental health really revolves around connection. Connection in person, connection online, connection to your coworkers, connection even to smaller groups of your coworkers. And I loved that Beacon does provide that opportunity just to share a little bit of your life, but like outside of the box, that we can all benefit from everybody's knowledge, not just about marketing.
I think one of the awesome things that Beacon does is create some growth plans for people. So if they want to move into a higher level role or a senior role, really mapping out the steps that they need to take to be able to get to that next step in their career, and being there to help support that and train them and shadow or give them the opportunity to do those projects to be able to grow to that next level. And I've really seen a lot of just positivity from that and appreciation that we're really trying to not make it a black hole. Like, how do I get here? I'm really unsure. To be really clear about, this is what we need to see from you, and we'll be your support to getting you there.
I think what's changed too is I've changed. Like, I've matured. When I first started having kids, probably a combination of my own kind of fears and biases along with the environment that I was operating in made me feel like I couldn't actually talk about the fact that I had kids. I didn't want people thinking that I wouldn't be capable of doing my job if I had kids. So I didn't really talk about it. Now I feel like I talk about them, well, because like they're everywhere. I have so many of them. And then also because I think it makes me a better leader, like to show that I'm human and I have children and it's part of my day to day. I want my teams to know it's okay to have lives. Like, you can have a life and still attain leadership levels. So for me, I think it's important to talk about it and be transparent about it. Even right now, my freshman is texting me from school asking me just the most random questions. She doesn't care that I'm doing an interview.
For me, in terms of things that I've seen change, is that you don't necessarily have to follow a linear path anymore. It used to be very much you went to school for this, and you got your first job, and you just kept going on a very prescribed path. And there were certain things that you needed to do to get to the next level. You can have an incredibly successful career by not following a linear path and by sometimes taking a step back to leap forward. I've seen that there's a lot more open-mindedness about the path that you take in your career.
The one thing I would add there, I would advocate for women at all levels to seek out and form relationships with people who can sponsor them in an organization. I'm talking about really identifying people who are going to advocate for you when you're not in the room. That's super critical to how career advancement happens within an organization and outside of an organization too.
Whitney is a true leader, and I know everyone gravitates her.
I think we all agree that our CEO and founder is incredibly inspiring, and I loved working with her, and I loved her attitude towards work. So when the opportunity came to work here, it was a no-brainer.
Megan also at our agency is a big role model for myself. We've worked alongside each other for almost 7 years now, and I think we've both grown a ton since we've started, but to see her blossom into such a strong leader at Beacon has been really wonderful to see.
Yeah, I have to echo everything that Kathy was saying about Whitney, and obviously what Ashley was saying about Whitney and Megan. And reflecting on this question a little earlier, almost all of our leadership roles are taken by or are filled by women. And yeah, just taking a step back and realizing that, yeah, we have some pretty kick-ass women on this team.